The Last of Us Part 2, Pro Mode, a deeper dive into PS5 performance. Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 has consistently been a benchmark for visual fidelity and performance on the PlayStation 5. Now, with the introduction of a new Pro Mode, the game takes another leap forward, offering a refined experience for those seeking the ultimate balance between visuals and performance.
The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is perhaps not the highest priority PS5 Pro upgrade. Packing a reasonable 1440p 60 and 4K 30 performance split on base PS5 consoles, the game was already delivering a good visual experience on Sony's 2020 hardware. But that higher-end 4K render did of course demand a framerate cut, which meant users did have to find a compromise between image fluidity and image clarity. Part 2's PS5 Pro outing seeks to eliminate that gap, aiming to deliver a 4K-like visual experience at a full-fat 60fps framerate target by utilizing Sony's new machine learning-based PSSR upscaling solution. So how does PSSR fare in our first extended look at the technology? Is this a good replacement for native 4K, or does it fall short of that lofty target? As a final note, performance in the new Pro Mode appears basically faultless in the footage we've seen so far. You might have noticed that small debug performance counter in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and that constant 60fps reading is generally accurate and is reflected in our own tools. Cutscene camera cuts are an exception, where a frame appears to be held for anti-aliasing purposes, which causes a single 16 millisecond frame drop right as the game switches to a new camera angle. Camera cuts while inspecting objects appear to be held for AA as well, and I suspect that other camera cuts during gameplay may behave similarly. Intriguingly, Naughty Dog is leaving the old PS5 modes in as well, alongside an option to unlock the framerate entirely on VRR panels, like we've seen with prior Naughty Dog efforts on PS5. According to the developer though, these older modes really just exist on PS5 Pro as a reminder of how the game looked before. That said, if the full power of the Pro is deployed in the older modes, with unlocked frame rates, you should see a substantial performance edge over the base console. It's likely the 40fps Fidelity mode option will remain as well when using 120Hz output with the unlocked toggle on, but without VRR enabled. Overall, I'd say the PS5 Pro's rendition of The Last of Us Part 2 seems successful even in this pre-release state. It delivers a credible looking 4K image with excellent detail and pretty good image stability at a virtually flawless 60fps update. It's effectively as Mark Cerny put it in the PS5 Pro announcement video, achieving fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rate. Rich came away with similar impressions from his capture session, as he actually played and recorded the PS5 Pro dev kit capture we've been showing throughout this video. Looking forward, I'd be very curious to see how PSSR behaves with lower input resolutions and somewhat more challenging game content. The Last of Us offers a satisfying 1440p to 4K upscale, but a lot of demanding PS5 software runs with sub 1080p internal resolutions, sometimes with noisy ray trace lighting effects. In those situations, FSR is not really up to the task of delivering a stable-looking, reasonably sharp image. That bar will be more challenging for PSSR to clear, but that's going to be important in titles like Star Wars Outlaws and Alan Wake 2, both of which are slated to receive Pro upgrades. But for now, early indications suggest that PSSR, in combination with the Pro, is capable of delivering a solid 4K 60 experience in a range of PS5 software.
Pro Mode, a closer look. The Pro Mode essentially takes the existing performance mode and removes the temporal anti-aliasing (TAA) solution. In its place, the game utilizes 4K PSSR, perceptual supersampling reconstruction upscaling. This approach aims to deliver a sharper, more detailed image while maintaining the high frame rates offered by the performance mode. Performance mode comparison. When comparing the original performance mode to the new Pro mode, the most noticeable difference is in the level of visual clarity. The Pro mode's PSSR upscaling results in a noticeably sharper image, especially when examining fine details or text. However, there's a trade-off. the Pro mode may introduce some artifacts or shimmering in certain scenes, particularly those with high levels of motion. Fidelity mode comparison. The Fidelity mode, which targets 4K resolution at 30 frames per second, continues to offer the most visually impressive experience. It features higher quality textures, lighting effects, and overall image quality. While the Pro mode delivers a significant improvement in visual clarity compared to the original performance mode, it still falls short of the Fidelity mode's level of detail. FSR and DLSS comparison. While The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't currently support AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution (FSR) or NVIDIA's Deep Learning Supersampling (DLSS), these technologies could potentially offer similar benefits to the Pro mode's PSSR upscaling. FSR and DLSS are designed to improve performance without sacrificing image quality, and they could provide alternative options for those seeking higher frame rates with minimal visual compromise. Frame rate and conclusion. The Pro mode maintains the same target frame rate as the original performance mode, which is typically around 60 frames per second. However, actual frame rates may vary depending on the specific scene and workload. In general, the Pro mode offers a solid balance between performance and visual quality, providing a more refined experience for those who prioritize high frame rates without sacrificing too much image quality. Ultimately, the choice between the Pro mode, Fidelity mode, or the original performance mode will depend on individual preferences and priorities. Those who value high frame rates and visual clarity may find the Pro mode to be the best option. However, for those who prioritize the highest level of visual fidelity, the Fidelity mode remains the gold standard. Well, that is it for now. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you and see you on the next video.